Hey Amuse fans, welcome back to another video. Today we look at some of the scariest games in all of Roblox. So make sure to watch until the end as you may just find your new favourite game. But before we get started, if you enjoy the video at any point, then consider leaving a like as it's always appreciated. Now let's look at some spooky games. Number 1. Flee the Facility. Flee the Facility is an online multiplayer game where up to 4 players who are called survivors have to work together to hack a few computers around the map and escape through one of 2 exits. These exits are highlighted after all the computers have been hacked, but while all of this is happening, there is another player that is placed into a small brown room, and they are known as the Beast. The Beast has to capture all survivors and stop them from escaping the facility to win the game. After 15 seconds of being in the box room, the Beast spawns into one of several random locations on the map, which is also in first person view and can start hunting down the survivors. When you play as a survivor, it is really daunting when you see the Beast breathing down your neck. It is a very exciting and intense game that always keeps you on the edge of your seat. Number 2. FNAF. FNAF, or short for Five Nights at Freddy's, is actually a really popular computer game and it is regarded as one of the very best horror games ever. A lot of famous YouTubers have played this game, especially a few years back. It is a really scary game but still fun. Well, fun if you're the person that likes getting scared. So there is of course a Roblox remake of this game and it is pretty much as good as the real thing. Well, maybe better because we really love Roblox. In this game, you're a nighttime employee at a restaurant. The restaurant has life-size animatronic characters that perform at children's parties. The animatronics wander the restaurant at night and the guard, which is you, has to watch over them because previous guards were killed by the characters. To progress through games, the player must guard themselves from the animatronics with a variety of tools. For most of the game, however, the player stands still while they have to defend themselves. Each night, the player has a power supply which depletes faster when a tool is used. If you use up the power supply, the doors will remain open, allowing an animatronic to breach the office, and well, it is pretty much trouble from there. Number 3. Identity Fraud. Identity Fraud is a horror maze game. In this horror game, there are mazes, and each of these mazes are different from each other. Also, in some of these mazes there are codes, which are different from each server. This game is really brutal and unforgiving. It is bad enough that it is really scary, but the game is so savage as well. In order to beat the game, you have to finish all the mazes without dying, and defeat the final boss. If you die, you will be respawned back in Maze 1, unless you have already reached the hallway. In this game, you will also have to solve puzzles to find your way out of the mazes and into the final boss's room. Number 4. Before the Dawn. Before the Dawn is a multiplayer Roblox game in which players either play as a survivor, hero, or slasher. This game can be described as a cross between Dead by Daylight and the Friday the 13th game, which are really popular horror games right now. Every player except 2 will spawn as a survivor. The survivors have to complete some objectives on a map and evade the slasher. Survivors have some special abilities and equipment that can help them out in their own survival and escaping. The other player will spawn as a hero. Heroes are special classes that can help survivors by either directly supporting them with healing or by attacking and stunning the slasher. Heroes can also help out with completing objectives. Heroes do not have the same equipment and abilities survivors have. They have their own unique ones that you can choose from. And lastly, it is the spooky person you are running away from, the slasher. Slashers are the people you should be most scared of. They want your blood. The slasher has to kill all survivors and the hero. Slashers do not get their own equipment though, but instead they get special powers that can be used to catch all the other players. There are different types of slashers and they all have their very own unique powers, so you can find the slasher that suits you best and play as them. And survivors and heroes need the right classes to help them counter the powers of the slasher. It is a fun and scary game, that's for sure. And that's about all the scariness that we can handle. If you want a part 2, then let us know in the comments and of course leave a like. And until then, go ahead and play these games. If any of them are scary, you make sure you share this video with your friends so they can get just as scared. Thank you all for watching and we'll see you next time on Amuse.